Hey, my divinely guided chosen pathway people, how's it going? Okay, so listen, we have been on the topic of judgment. Okay, we have already discussed stages 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and if you guys are not familiar with what I am talking about, you can refer to the other videos that I've already completed. I'm wearing the same exact outfit. Okay. And those particular videos will give you details on information that you may have missed, okay? But for the sake of those that's already seen videos 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to move forward and I'm going to go ahead and discuss stage 4, okay? If you are not versed on what I've talked about previously, all right, stages 1, 2, and 3 are stages that people will encounter while they are in their karmic life cycle. Once you decide to invoke upon a spiritual awakening, you will then be able to experience stage 4. Stage 4 only occurs with you being able to successfully get out of stage 3 by going through your dark night of the soul, which also encompasses you going through your spiritual awakening. Dark night of the soul has everything to do with someone being able to deal with all of those things that were buried within their subconscious and actually addressing all of these things, and then being able to see and understand those things that they should have been able to see had they not had their vision distorted by all of the energies that was within their subconscious. If this doesn't make any sense to you, go back and look at videos, the other videos that discuss stages 1, 2, and 3, so that way this can start to make some sense. Okay, now I did type my notes. Once again, this was a very extensive download that I received from the Most High, okay, the creator of all things, and I didn't want to leave anything out, so I did type notes. Okay, these are my typed notes. This came from source. I did not get this from another person. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and read it, okay, so that way I'm not missing anything, and periodically I will stop as I'm reading and I will re-explain, but then I will go back to reading. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is stage 4. The final stage of the judgment process is called the renewal/rebirth stage. This stage is not a part of the karmic lifestyle or karmic life cycle. To reach this stage, an individual must successfully navigate the dark night of the soul and purge their subconscious and conscious vessel of any dormant toxic energy. This doesn't mean that they are now perfect. It means they no longer vibrate on low vibrational functions. They no longer vibrate with low vibrational energy, and they function at a high vibrational frequency. This frequency, the frequency of an individual's vibration determines the type of individuals and situations they attract. You can only attract the energies that you vibrate on. Okay, we discussed that in prior videos as well. Okay, during this stage, individuals gain complete and total access to the understanding of their inherited spiritual gifts. So guys, when you first decided that you wanted to go ahead and come into earth, okay, you had a discussion with the Most High, the creator of all things, in terms of your spiritual contract. These are things that's going to talk about the different missions that you're supposed to complete. And it also is going to give you detailed information on the spiritual gifts that the Most High has already placed inside of you. Everybody can have access to their spiritual gifts, but you first have to go through a spiritual awakening, and you have to be able to purge the subconscious toxic energies that you may have hidden within your subconscious, but you also have to be able to endure the dark night of the soul. That is how you get to level 4 or stage 4, okay? All right, so this leads to a profound spiritual transformation, as well as a physical, mental, and emotional transformation into a whole, entirely different being. This transformation makes them spiritually unrecognizable and to those who knew them before their awakening. They become one with their higher selves and their spiritual and internal selves no longer resonate with their past selves. Guys, when I type this, I forgot to make the text bigger, so I'm kind of like, whatever. Okay, just ignore the mistakes. All right, let's move on. In other words, if we compare the process to a plant, this is when the plant is completely uprooted from the ground where it was once buried and propels itself out of the soil, fully exposed to the sunlight. The sunlight provides most of the energetic nourishment along with the positive energy and nutrients in the soil that promotes its healthy growth. This transformed plant will not resemble the seed that was once in the ground. It is a completely transformed energetic being. Okay? So basically, let me explain what this means. Okay? So during this stage, okay, you have already purged yourself from the negative, low vibrational energies that you've hidden within your subconscious. When you do that, you make room for higher vibrational energies to now be able to reside within your vessel. Those high vibrational energies will then begin to nourish the seeds that you've sown. This is how manifesting works, okay? So they nourish the seeds that you have sown. This is what the high vibrational energy does. Low vibrational causes you detriment, fear, grief, guilt, all of that stuff, okay? When you are high vibrational, you are on the frequency of love. So therefore, you're not vibrating or you're not attracting those type of energies into your life. So when you have the positive energies, okay, inside of your vessel, and they are nourishing the different seeds that you have put into your subconscious, okay, that is when you're going to be able to evolve, and that is when you are going to start experiencing your spiritual gifts, okay? So that's how this works with judgment, okay? Remember, with judgment, it's not always a negative thing. Sometimes judgment is absolutely positive. When the Most High, the creator of all things, the universe, Holy Spirit decides that, yes, you deserve what you've been praying for, we're going to give it to you, that is a judgment. Okay, when the Holy Spirit, universe, the creator of all things, the Most High, God says, you know what? No, you're not ready for that because you need to deal with this subconscious seed that you've been burying. That is a judgment. When something happens to you, whether it's karma or not, okay, good karma, bad karma, whatever, that's a judgment. When something happens and you begin to change, it causes a change in you. That is a transformation. All of this is going to occur every day that you are walking this earth. You don't need to worry about it only happening when you pass away. So stop believing that all you have to do is pray away and say, oh, I didn't mean to do it. Or, oh, please forgive me. Act like I never did it. That's not a real thing. That's not how this works. Okay, sometimes you commit an action. You need to deal with the fact that you committed it. Don't bury it. Address it and use it as a lesson so that you don't repeat it again. Okay? It's cool to talk to the Most High and the creator of all things and say, you know what? I made a mistake. Please forgive me. You can say that. But if you don't change your behavior, you are wasting your time. Because honestly, even if you decide to, ask for forgiveness and you're granted forgiveness, you still have to deal with the consequence. It doesn't erase the consequence. So if you are fearing going through a spiritual awakening because you don't want to deal with the judgment, the life that you are living and the true unhappiness that you may be feeling, that is your judgment. And if you want to get rid of that, if you want to get rid of the voices, if you want to get rid of low vibrational thoughts, you first have to address them, return them to sender, and figure out what seed you actually buried in your subconscious, right? That's causing that to arise within you. If you are reacting to certain situations and you don't understand why you're reacting to them, it is because the seeds that you buried within your subconscious. This is stuff you're going to have to deal with. All right, guys, this is going to wrap up the topic of judgment. I hope you guys learned something. Feel free to leave a comment. I hope you guys have a super amazing day. We'll talk later. Bye.